guys, thank you for watching with us today and welcome to our channel Turning Point, where we go around and we interview people who have fallen on hard times to share their story with the world. Today we are interviewing a man named Alvin. He is someone who has experienced some pain and you will hear his story, but I just want to share this with you because everybody has a turning point. Nobody wakes up and just decides that they want to lose everything and they want to be homeless or they want to be down on their luck or just in a terrible point in their life. So it's all caused by something. Normally it's caused by a lot of pain. And if you're anything like me, you know what pain feels like. So this is very special to me. And this is something that has been on my heart for a while, and I know is so desperately needed, because when we see these people out on the streets, on the side of the street, or sitting outside of a grocery store, sometimes they can be just overlooked or treated as if they're trash or less than. And that really hurts my heart because they're human beings just like the rest of the world, and they just maybe have experienced a lot more pain and haven't been able to handle it like a lot of other people have. So my hopes in sharing this with you is that the next time you come across someone, that you just keep in mind that they too have had a turning point, and it's always better to be kind. A little kindness can go a long way, as you will hear in some of these videos. But get excited to meet Alvin. Here he comes. So I'm here today with Alvin.
Hi, Alvin.
And we are going to hear Alvin's story because I think it is super important.
Oh.
We want to hear their story.
It went to hell.
Who did?
My life.
That's okay. Well, I grew up in hell.
Sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay. It made me who I am. Our struggles are for a reason. So it went to hell, but did you learn anything from it?
Yeah, I went broke.
I have too. And
Tell the truth, Alvin. You were $1 million man, you burnt your house down for what? Because I left the grease on the burner. $1 million man.
And the house burnt down, you didn't have insurance?
I had insurance.
Okay, so what happened?
I got the cash. I went through the money.
Okay, all right. You're not the only person. You know, I just read a statistic about people that win the lottery and how, I don't know if it's 90% of them, but it's definitely a lot, more than half, burn through the money and end up broke. Because you know why? I grew up in a poverty mindset. I grew up in a scarcity mindset and wasn't taught. I had to teach myself and surround myself with the right people to teach me.
I grew up with a platinum spoon in my mouth.
So there you go. Okay. Okay. Do you think that had a lot to do with you blowing through the money?
I was so used to spending it. It was just natural to go through $1,000 a day.
Right. Without worrying about it running out. Huh?
And then eventually ran out.
And that's hard, huh? It's one thing when somebody else causes your pain, and it's a whole nother when we do it to ourselves.
I was always looking for love. Never found it.
Let's talk about that.
Talk about what?
Looking for love and never finding it.
Well, most of them just used me.
Do you think that it was the people that you chose?
I chose sure things.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I can definitely relate to looking for love. You know, I have a book, and guess what it's titled?
You wrote a book?
I wrote a book.
thinking, oh, great for you.
Do you want to know what it's called? Unloved.
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 Where can I buy one of these books?
You don't have to. I'm going to bring you one. But you can get them on Amazon, but I'll bring you a copy. Unloved, because I grew up feeling unloved. I never felt loved, and I was always searching for love too. And it led me to wrong relationships and people that weren't capable of loving me, because I had never even learned how to love myself. I didn't know what love looked like because I never had an
Look
example
at yourself
of it.
in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
You are so beautiful.
Thank you. I started self-development years ago. And I remember in one of the trainings I took, they wanted us to look in the mirror and say, I love you, like 10 times. And the first time it was so hard for me to do. Gosh, I just see the pain in your eyes. What can I do to help you?
$20 to get David on the internet.
I'm climbing myself up
Yes,
the ladder.
Yes, you are.
And I tell you one thing. Hardest day of my life was when I was with my wife for 30 years.
What you gotta do with Satan?
And I couldn't wake her up.
Hey!
Hold on 1 second, honey. I'll be right there. Hold on 1 second, please. Thank you. You couldn't wake her up?
What you gotta do with Satan?
Oh,
She died in her sleep.
oh, I'm so sorry. Gosh, gosh.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about it. You're going to make me cry.
I know. You know, losing people is hard. It's very hard. And I felt that with both of my grandparents, and then I met my real father when I was 26, and I met his father. The best man I ever met in my life. But the point is, I only had a few years with him, and when he died, I felt that, and I felt so angry and so. It just felt so unfair. But the only thing that got me through that is me thinking that he was with me all the time now.
He is.
Exactly. And that he could see everything I was doing. And that he could, you know, all of that. And I wanted to make him proud. And that helped me get through that. So I hope that me sharing that with you helps you know that she's with you. And she's holding your hand and she's hugging you. And she's...
I can't wait to see her again.
But there's something here that God wants you to do. There's a purpose here. Something that your story is going to help somebody else. There's something, there's power in our hand. And I don't know if it's your story.
Did you say a 9-year-old or an 11-year-old?
An 11-year-old. But I'm sure...
Committed suicide.
Yes, this world is hurting. Yes. Because nobody feels loved. These kids don't feel loved because their parents never learned how to love themselves. So they're not able to show them love. I know what it's like to feel like that child and feel like nobody loves you. And it hurts, you know? I know what it's like to lose everything, and it hurts. But I also know that if we're still breathing, it's for a reason. And that he can turn our mess into a message. And that he forgives us. He knows we weren't perfect. Who did Jesus sit with? Who did Jesus sit with? The sinners. The people that messed up.
Well, I don't sin. The worst I do is I drink.
Okay.
It's like my only
Vice.
relief.
Yeah, I get that too. Oh. And I want to be honest always. It feels like a relief for that time, right? My dad was an alcoholic. My grandfather was an alcoholic. My mom was even an alcoholic at times. And alcohol is a depressant. No matter what you did, no matter the mistakes you made, no matter how bad life has knocked you down, that There's always, it's not over until it's over. It will always be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end.
All right.
And I want to know what I can do to help you. Now, thank you.
Get
Thank
$1
you
million?
again. Not yet.
Stop shaking people down. I told you about that.
I know I can go through 500,000.
I'm laughing with you, not at you. I'm laughing with you.
No, that's true.
I know. And I'm sure so many other people could. It's not easy to spend money. You know, it's hard. Managing it, investing it, disciplining ourselves.
Well, when I got that money, this is about the time.
You good, Alvin? You're out. You okay?
Yeah.
I heard you got an infection in your leg.
That was the only problem.
Somebody said you were on your way out. You were bleeding from your eyes and stuff.
Don't believe everything you hear. I'm about the healthiest person out here.
But then we heard from somebody official that you had an infection in your leg. That was what was really going on with you.
Yeah.
So this interview was not formal. As you can tell, it was really spur of the moment. But the important part is the turning point and the factors that led up to his situation. And I just want to touch on a few of them. So the two key things that I got out of his message was, one, that he has always been searching for love. He has always felt unloved and just tried to find it wherever he could, in any way that he could. And he wasted a lot of time and a lot of money in that process. And that resonates with me because I can relate to that on so many levels. I actually have a book that's titled Unloved because I too grew up feeling very unloved. So if you are somebody that can relate to that, and maybe you're struggling and feeling like that right now, I encourage you to get onto Amazon and go look for Unloved and read that book. It will change your life. It is all of my lessons and experiences and everything that I have learned over the years wrapped up in one short book to help you to get from pain to power. So go ahead on Amazon and look for that book. But number two was that he was handed everything. He was born with a platinum spoon in his mouth, as he stated, and that can, yes, be good for children to be provided for and have an abundant life, but it can also hinder them if they are never taught how to manage money, how to be responsible, maybe consequences, and all of those important things in life that are so desperately needed to instill in children to ensure that they are successful as adults. So I hope that this message helped you, and I hope that just seeing the pain in his eyes and understanding that this is just a hurting man will give you a little bit of understanding and compassion for the next time that you are out and that you see someone in his position. A little hello and have a nice day can go a long, long way. But like I say in every single video, if any of these people have touched your heart and that you want to do anything and donate to them or send a message to them in any way at all, make sure that you click the link and you can donate, you can send a note, whatever that may look like for you, and I will do everything I can to go find them and personally hand deliver it to them. And the last thing that I want to leave you with is, if this message touched your heart in any way at all, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button so you can be notified for every message coming forward. I love you so very much. Have an amazing, amazing day.